I think it was nice to finally break it and just move on from that and kind of focus on my team and focus on these games that we have going forward, because now all that matters is I was very driven. That's just how I kind of operated. I wanted to be the best at whatever it was, but...
The WNBA world has been buzzing for weeks, and once again, at the center of it all is Caitlin Clark. The young superstar who transformed women's basketball overnight now finds herself at the center of a league-wide storm, one that even the WNBA Commissioner couldn't ignore. It all started with a simple moment, a post-game interaction, a few emotional words, and a wave of speculation that quickly turned into a full-blown media firestorm. Headlines exploded. Caitlin Clark disrespected? League favoritism? Commissioner responds. But what really happened? And why did it shake the foundation of the WNBA? Let's rewind.
I sat across from Kathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs.
When Caitlin Clark joined the Indiana Fever, she brought more than just her skills. She brought attention, millions of fans, record-breaking TV ratings, and sold-out arenas. But with that spotlight came pressure, and sometimes controversy. As the season unfolded, Clark's fiery competitiveness clashed with veteran expectations. Some saw her confidence as arrogance, others saw it as the exact spark the league needed. Social media split into two camps.
Just about grapes. It's about mindset. It's about fire. It's about how Caitlin Clark turns even the small.
The league, meanwhile, walked a tightrope, trying to promote its new face of basketball without alienating longtime players who built the foundation of the sport. And that's where the commissioner stepped in. In a recent interview, the WNBA commissioner addressed the growing noise around Caitlin Clark's presence. Her words were calm but firm, a mix of admiration and warning. She said, "Caitlin has done incredible things for our league, but no player is above the WNBA. We have rules, standards, and expectations that apply to everyone." Those words, while diplomatic, carried weight.
Clark spinning, bouncing, what a five!
It was the first time the commissioner publicly acknowledged the tension, and the message was clear. The WNBA is grateful for its rising star, but it won't revolve around one player. Fans went wild. Some saw it as a fair, balanced statement. Others viewed it as a thinly veiled warning directed at Clark herself. But Caitlin Clark didn't stay silent for long. Just days later, during a press appearance, Clark addressed the situation directly. "I love this game. I respect every player in this league. I'm here to compete, to learn, and to make the WNBA even bigger. That's all I've ever wanted." It was a measured response, graceful, mature, and powerful. Yet, the conversation didn't end there. Instead, it sparked a bigger question. Can the WNBA handle the superstar era it's always dreamed of? Behind the scenes, sources close to the league reported that executives held several closed-door meetings about how to balance exposure among players. The goal? To ensure that the WNBA remains a team-driven league, not a one-star spectacle. But here's the twist. Every effort to balance exposure only seemed to draw more attention to Caitlin Clark. Whenever the league promoted another star, Clark's name still dominated the headlines. Every TV appearance, every post-game highlight, every viral clip, her face was front and center. It's not the league's fault. It's the reality of modern sports. Fans choose who they connect with, and Caitlin Clark has become the emotional heartbeat of women's basketball. She's not just an athlete, she's a brand, a movement, and a symbol of what the WNBA can become. Still, not everyone sees it that way. Several veteran players reportedly voiced frustration over the constant spotlight on Clark, arguing that it overshadowed others who had been grinding for years. Some even hinted that league coverage felt unbalanced. But there's another perspective. Without Clark's influence, many of these same games might not even be drawing national attention today. The commissioner's office has been navigating that delicate line, protecting the league's unity while embracing its biggest marketing opportunity in decades. According to insiders, they've launched new initiatives aimed at increasing visibility for all teams, while also expanding sponsorship deals that benefit everyone, not just one player. But let's be clear, Caitlin Clark's impact is impossible to contain. Just look at the numbers. Her rookie season shattered multiple records, highest viewership in league history, top-selling jersey, and the most social engagement ever recorded for a WNBA athlete. Sponsors that once ignored women's sports are now lining up to invest. Media outlets that never covered the WNBA are now running daily segments. And at the center of it all, Caitlin Clark. So, what does the commissioner's statement really mean? Many analysts believe it was less of a warning and more of a reminder that while Clark is helping carry the league to new heights, the foundation must stay balanced. Others think it signals a subtle shift, that the WNBA is preparing to redefine how it manages superstar power moving forward.
Yeah, we know. And obviously, I can't tell jokes like you do.
Thank you for that.
But I did write some jokes, and it would mean a lot to me if you read some of them. Just right over there on the cards.
Either way, the message was heard loud and clear across the basketball world. Caitlin Clark's journey is far from over. She's young, hungry, and built for the spotlight. But she's also learning the politics of professional sports, where fame can be both a blessing and a burden. Meanwhile, the commissioner faces her own balancing act between embracing a generational icon and protecting the league's collective identity. The future of the WNBA might just depend on how these two forces, authority and ambition, find common ground. As this story continues to evolve, one thing is undeniable. Caitlin Clark has changed the conversation. The WNBA is no longer fighting for attention. It has it. Now, the challenge is what to do with it. Every game she plays, every word she says, every reaction from fans or media, it's all shaping the future of women's basketball in real time. And that's why, whether you love her or criticize her, Caitlin Clark remains the most influential player the league has ever seen.
That Angel took exception to. So initially, Angel pushes Natasha Howard. Caitlin Clark points out the no call. Then she applies a hard foul on Reese. Reese gets up right away.
So, what happens next? League insiders believe more meetings will take place before the 2026 season to address marketing balance and media guidelines. But regardless of policy, one truth stands firm. Caitlin Clark's star power isn't fading anytime soon. If anything, this controversy has made her story even bigger. And as for the commissioner's office, they might just have to get used to the fact that, like it or not, the WNBA now moves at Caitlin Clark's pace. At the end of the day, this isn't just about one player or one statement, it's about a new era. An era where women's basketball finally has a global face. The tension, the debates, the headlines, they're all signs of growth. Caitlin Clark didn't break the WNBA, she redefined it. And while the commissioner's warning might have sounded like a restriction, it's also an acknowledgement that the league has reached a turning point thanks to one player's unstoppable rise. The story of Caitlin Clark and the WNBA is still being written. But one thing is for sure, the future of women's basketball will never be the same again. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the WNBA's latest controversy, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update on Caitlin Clark and the growing world of women's basketball.